Knowing that you can do it your way, create something to make your own revenue and sustain off of it, doing what you love, that's inspiration.
These niggas started from absolutely nothing.
Kinship is a school.
You know that has to be divine energy. You know that it has to be God.
I ain't got no regular job. This is my job, so it ain't no plan B.
Kinship Works is a one-stop shop production house.
We crawl before we walk. We learn the playing grounds. We learn what we can do, what we can't do, what we need to do.
How did it lead to Kinship Works?
Okay. This was like 2013.
When I first got down here, I enrolled in the film school, Art Institute of Atlanta, digital film and video production program, and was just running around there looking for people who took the craft just as serious as I did.
I moved out here July, and classes started like July 5th. This is the first week in school. I don't know anybody there. I'm just sitting in the hall.
I'd been seeing this brother's name on IG and stuff, Instagram, and bumped into him in the hallway. I think I remember him like sitting on the steps.
I had shirts I used to sell back in Mississippi called Who Shot You? And it had my face on it.
I saw it on the back of his shirt, Bitter Film.
I'm like, oh, okay. Tracy, the director, right? He's like, yeah, I seen you too on Instagram, you know?
Me and him kind of chopped it up, man. You know what I mean? Kind of found out my brother doing the same thing that I was doing, you know, charging a little, 300, 400 for videos.
And so Tracy hit me up. He's like, hey, I got this music video. These cats in Mississippi want to shoot a video. If you're down, we could go out there together. I'm like, what part of Mississippi? I'm from Mississippi. What's up? We was charging like $300, $400 to travel from Atlanta, go to Mississippi, shoot a video, come back to Atlanta, edit it. Like, we probably split like 150 and like some gas money, like. But we was happy though. I think like we kind of peeped each other's strengths and weaknesses. I wasn't soft-spoken, but like I don't say much. But Tracy, that man can talk, he can communicate. You gonna hear his voice over 50 people on the whole set. I noticed that. I was like, damn, bro, I could use you, bro, on my sets.
And that's how the relationship kind of started, man, and grew into Kinship Works. It was just us throwing each other alley-oops, back and forth. We came up with a list of words that we wanted to use to describe what the name of this company would mean.
He came to me and said, yeah, me and my boy JB, we're gonna start this production company and we're gonna call it Kinship Works. And I was like, Kinship Works? Ew, like that's a dumb name.
It's like Kinship.
But they stuck with it and I think it's great now. I love it now.
At the time, everyone had so-and-so productions. I didn't want to sound like any of those. I was like, whatever it is, it gotta be Works. Kinship Works. And it made sense, like damn, Kinship does work.
Kinship existed prior to me being involved in Kinship. I graduated from Clark in 2009. I was just like doing a bunch of freelance stuff. I was fortunate to like be put in position to do bigger things, in addition to like doing very little things. Like on one hand, like I'm doing like really big things like network, working with really prestigious organizations. I didn't want to be part of the bigger project machine anymore. I wanted to affect the thing that I was working on. I saw this guy come into the city via Instagram. And this guy, Joe Young Spike. Me working with Joe, I was there at House of Shoots.
On the set of Big Crit. I think it was Pay Attention.
It was a riveting entertainment production, and if you know music video and production, Riveting Entertainment is like one of the top production companies, period.
On that video, I met JB and Tracy. There's a picture of us talking on that first shoot, like just shooting the shit, chopping it up.
Shout out to my brother Stroke. Stroke was the gaffer in that joint. Stroke was on set with a wife beater on, eating chicken, like a whole box of.
You hungry? You want to eat? Like, it's a big shoot. There's lunch, it's crafty and everything. We eat like,
fuck. From the jump, James said like just good vibes. Like he understood like from the jump. James was a brother from the jump.
It was something that we really took serious in terms of the craft. I guess it brought us together even more, given the fact that we were different, but in a way we were similar in terms of our goals.
When we wrapped up, I was like, hey bro, we gonna link. You know what I'm saying? I shook his hand, I told, look, we gonna link.
And then it turned from passing each other work to like, all right, now let's do work together.
It was about October, November. He says, Steph, finna give birth. I said, what? No, I'm about to give birth to a business. I'm going in with Kinship. Tracy and JB had a good thing going. What James had was a van. He had a plan. We had things going on that were between the Fraser. It was gonna be Extra Media Media. That was the name, Extra Media Media. He says, I can't stand the name Kinship, but I like these guys. And for him, that meant a lot because he didn't work with too many people that he really genuinely liked. And so we had the van, we had a little bit of materials on that van, and then he comes home with this white, I don't even know, like a G250. I don't even know what it's called. I was looking at it like, what is that supposed to do? He's like, it's supposed to hold lights, and it's supposed to hold gear, and he was so excited about it. And then he meets these guys, and they ended up going into business together.
Before Kinship Studios, we would go out and, scout different locations, different things like that, and then just kind of go from there. It's like you didn't have a building, you didn't have like the whole piece yet, but you still made it happen.
We was all going to the school, and I shouldn't have been in the school again because I've already had a master's degree. But I was like, how else do I network?
What grabbed me was the name Kinship, because I am all about putting things together and being a crew amongst each other.
Well, the first person I met was James.
I was brought on by Tracy.
I had a class with T-Mac, and he was just answering every question. I'm like, man, why don't this nigga shut up? Like, this nigga talk too much, and the nigga know all the answers, and I don't know shit.
I met Tracy initially.
Working with Tracy, he just had so many projects he was working on and was just like, hey, we need you.
I actually first met Tracy through social media.
There was a 2 Chainz feature, and JB and Tracy was running cam.
The first person I met was Tracy.
And I had met JB on the set of Richard Coin.
B Will, we was at B Will shoot. That's where I first met JB.
I met JB on a shoot with Juice Big Fellow, and it just kind of was like a ripple effect after that.
I guess they call it serendipity.
I just know that it was 2 black brothers behind the camera alongside the DP. And I was like, oh, that's, you don't see that too often.
The studio being predominantly black was something I immediately recognized.
It's really like a small school, like everybody has like their own talent.
People always ask me, like, do I go to school for this stuff? Do I go to like a tech college or anything? I'm like,
the AD is the person that's gonna be the mouth of the set. He's gonna tell everyone what to do, You know what I'm saying?
I was like, man, these are, young brothers that have their own studio, and they know their shit.
3 black men could come together, actually form a partnership. They didn't go to business school.
Right here, all this shit is theirs. That's a big accomplishment. Last year, all them boys had was a minivan and some C-stands. Tracy had some C, he loved his C-stand. These niggas rich and this man, look at this man right here. This man taught me so much about cinematography, it's crazy. This dude taught me so much about directing, it's crazy. And I'm older than these niggas. What I'm saying now, don't do them justice as craftsmen, as creatives, as artists. It don't do them justice. It don't, because they're on a whole new level. I mean that you might get a lot of interviews, but you ain't gonna get some shit this real.
The first time I met all of them collectively was on a shoot that we did for Alexis Nicole.
What do I have to do?
Extreme close-up.
Extreme close-up.
Like your life depended on it.
Tracy's like, yo, man, you're gonna also meet someone else that's on our team, Bree. She's also from Toronto.
I seen this guy, and then I heard him talk, and I was like, yo, why does it sound like you're from where I'm from?
And I was like, really? I was like, that's random.
What do you mean you're from Toronto? Like,
we just immediately recognized each other just off of the way we talk.
Yeah, it was mind blowing.
That's crazy that even me and Bree, being from Toronto, met in this one space.
It's like, wow, like I never met you before in my area, but I'm meeting you now out here, like to create.
For me, kinship is like not necessarily knocking on the door and asking for permission. We're gonna do this work independently, and we're gonna bring in our community of folk to get it done.
They can take all the creatives and put them on board and put them on game.
Because we all like freelance and everything, most of us are able to come in from wherever we're at. We can drop what we're doing, we can stop by, and it's always moving. Everything's always moving.
This is a mold, this is like an example, this is a model of what it looks like when community comes together with an idea and a vision.
The drive never stops.
We're sitting in like a studio, Kinship studio, a year a year out from this just being a vision.
These three black men know how to lift each other up and not tear each other down.
Filmmaking, the collective spirit that moves through these halls. You have to be kin to this. If you're kin to it, then you work and it works back towards you.
I think everything's aligned. I think everybody met at a perfect time.
And I think you get the best product when you're working as a team.
Interdependent parts that can work independently, but they work so much better when you put them together.
And our biggest challenge is turning the corner from hustle to like business. We got that down, the hustle down, like getting the job, working the job. We could do that in our sleep. We've done it for years at this point. The big challenge and what we're up against now, and what I have no doubt that we're wrapping our head around and we're getting better at every single day is like doing real business.
So one of their biggest claim to fame, like, I ain't got no regular job. This is my job, so it ain't no plan B. And that became the mantra, like, it ain't no plan B.
I guess if you knew them from when they first started and where they are now, it gets you emotional.
It's like everybody's not blood, but it's like kinfolk, like brothers and sisters.
And that's what separates us from other production companies. It's that we care.
They all bring something individual and unique to the table, and that's what makes a business.
I think one of the underlying things that is kind of like unspoken is for real to unite. You know, at the end of the day, we're doing God's work. You know what I mean? This is our way of doing what we're supposed to do. It's just through film.
You know.
JB?
My man Bitter Burgers. What's going on? It's your boy Bitter Burgers. Check it in.
Bitter Burgers. Woo! Rising on fire.
These dope as hell, you know what I'm saying? We got dope creatives in the building, nothing but good energy, nothing but positive shit going on, man. Like, nobody knows nobody here, and they're all just vibing, they're all cool and relaxing. I'm on the grill, kind of messing up. Ain't nobody gonna know.
They're gonna grow into something even bigger than just Kinship Works.
Kinship Studios is the home of Kinship Works.
We are bringing our young black youth into something that they haven't seen before.
We knew James, Tracy, and Jeremy could not reap all of the benefits this building could produce. We run full productions here. None of us is biting off too much, okay? We're all biting off 100% and chewing it and eating it. Because you only eat what you kill, man. We kill everything around here.
Bro, I'm getting teary-eyed. These niggas deserve this, bro. Y'all niggas deserve it. I remember this man coming on set and y'all niggas talking about business plans and opening the studio and then to come here and see the manifestation of it. Just a good bunch of real niggas. Straight up, man. Like, I wish we had footage of those days of that hustle. I know I got some pictures of something,